People talk about Carver Hawkeye Arena like it's a war zone. But JD and I had never been there, never seen it with our own eyes. We wanted to find out if all the hype was real. So we made the trip to Wrestletown, USA for their duel with Iowa State, the rivalry with more bad blood than any in college wrestling. If you're gonna get thrown into the deep end, this is where it happens.
We're here outside Carver Hawkeye Arena with Dan Gable. Just kidding, that's a statue, but you look mad dumb right now, because you believe me.
We're going to give you the entire Carver Hawkeye experience as they take on their main rival, Iowa State.
Before arriving here in Iowa City, we stopped in Ames, Iowa to get the lowdown from Iowa State's wrestling team, hear what it's like to prepare to wrestle in a venue like this.
It's incredible to be back in Carver, which, you know, like that atmosphere over there is amazing. It's crazy, but you know that's what we want. Being like in those crowds like that, this is what make this sport special.
What does it mean to wrestle like in the Cy-Hawk duel to you?
It means a lot. I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of people watching. That's really what we do. We do it every single year. It's been a tradition for I don't even know how many years, but it's what we're here for.
Guess what? Those people tomorrow, they ain't gonna be wearing them colors. They ain't gonna be cheering for you. They're gonna be MFing you from the day they walk in. It's a 6 p.m. match. 70% of the crowd will be drunk. I'm not kidding. On paper, who was supposed to win this match? Yeah, you get my drift?
All right, so we're at a bar just down the road from Carver. Heard there's going to be a lot of wrestling fans in here, so we're going to go check it out. Randy Lewis, what's your prediction for the duel tonight?
I got to go with the Hawkeyes, but it should be a good duel.
You've wrestled in a couple of these yourself. What's it like to wrestle in the Cy-Hawk duel?
It was fun, except for the time when Jim Gibbons broke my elbow, but everyone else was... I actually lost three dual meets in college, and all were to Iowa State. So these are big meets, and I loved them and loved putting on a show for the crowd.
Is anybody going to get Carver tonight?
Yeah, the kid at 97. Carol's going to feel it tonight.
I came for it today because it's the best duel of the year. You guys said it yourself on the podcast. It's probably going to be the best one of the year. So, I mean...
Who's your favorite Hawkeye?
Right now, I think it's hard not to cheer for Caliendo. He's just electric, you know?
Will the Cyclones ever beat the Hawks?
Not in my lifetime.
What makes the state of Iowa so special now, their love for wrestling?
This is God's country, man. Wrestling is everything here in Iowa.
You ever seen a duel in Carver? What's your favorite one you've been to?
I've been a season ticket holder since 1998, and I can't really narrow down my favorite meet, but I can tell you the one meet that I'm really pissed off that I missed was when Tony Ramos beat Jordan Oliver. I was on vacation, I was watching that match from the beach in Puerto Rico, and I was like, how the hell is this the meet that I missed?
You're on a beach in Puerto Rico, but you'd rather be in Iowa City.
I would have much rather been here in the dead of winter.
Oh no, I don't watch any wrestling.
You know who Spencer Lee is?
Yes, sir. Iowa Bay.
How popular do you think wrestling is in Iowa?
Like people in Iowa, at least like 90% of people in Iowa love wrestling. It's an Iowa thing.
What's your opinion of wrestling fans?
They're badasses.
What's it like watching a meet in Carver as a Cyclone fan?
Just watch out. Don't get spit on. Go Cyclones, that's all I got to say.
Have you ever been to an Iowa State meet or a duel in Carver before?
I've never been to Carver, but like you hear a bunch of stories about it, so you kind of come see it.
We're Utah Valley guys, we wrestle for Utah Valley, but coming out here and seeing this environment, it's something different.
What do you think makes it so hard to wrestle in Carver?
I mean, these fans are diehards. They get out, I mean, they're going to be chirping at people. ISU is going to be coming into enemy territory, and they got to get over the fans yelling at them, screaming. So it's going to be a fun duel.
How much do you think the Hawks are going to win by?
$1 million.
Will Iowa State ever beat Iowa?
Never.
How many duels have you been to in Carver, do you think?
Lots.
The craziest moment inside Carver that you've been a part of?
When Spencer Lee came back after his injury.
What makes like wrestling in Iowa so special?
The passion. That Iowa State doesn't have.
Why are Iowa fans so passionate and rowdy? What's different about them?
They have the heart. That Iowa State doesn't have.
Sam, what makes Iowa wrestling so special?
I mean, it's this. Look at this. Look what you got here. Frickin' Iowa City. Bunch of Hawk fans down here drinking beer, getting ready for the big meet. Don't get better than this.
What was your favorite memory inside Carver?
I mean, I don't know. When I came out there against Iowa State, that was a pretty good one. That was pretty good. The house came down, won the duel. So yeah, it was probably my favorite memory.
What makes the brand such good coaches?
I mean, they're the best, man. What they'll do for you, what they're still doing for me. I live in Northwest Montana, and they flew me out here just to be here for this duel. They're the best, man. They'll do anything for you.
What do you think of the Cyclones?
I mean, they're a little brother. You know what I mean? Tap them on the head, on to the next one.
All right, we're in Carver now. It's about 5 p.m. We're about an hour from showtime. The stands are already starting to get filled. Obviously, they're going to be packed in about an hour when things go down. 15,000 crazy fans. It's going to be awesome. Hawkeye legend Royce Alger right here. Royce, how do you think this duel is going to go down tonight?
Well, it's always down to the wire. Every time we ever said this team's going to win or that team, it's always came down to it's such an emotional match. And this match, I had breakfast with the guys this morning. I said, you want to perform well because you only have the rest of your lives to regret it.
Is this the best rivalry in college wrestling?
Yeah, it is because it's so steep.
What's your personal favorite memory from Cy-Hawk, your days competing?
Probably that first time I put Kevin Jackson in the ground in that first duel. No, it was a hell of a duel. It was a tough competitor. I'm 7-1 in this duel. I've lost one time. Gable always put an asterisk by it. Said you better be ready to go.
How do you prepare to wrestle in a hostile environment like Carver?
You just got to embrace it. You know, you can't change anything about it but your attitude. So embracing the environment, smiling, going out there and scoring points.
Is this the best rivalry in college wrestling?
Absolutely. There's nothing like a Cy-Hawk duel. If you're here and you experience it, you get to understand the seriousness, the competitiveness, and the crowd. There's nothing like it.
What separates Iowa wrestling fans from the rest of the country?
They're knowledgeable fans. They know what the wrestling situations, if there's a good scramble, both guys run back to the mat, they applaud both guys. And they love action, they love competitiveness, and that's why it's awesome.
It's our first duel in Carver. Any advice for us as fans watching?
Just don't get your popcorn during intermission. You don't want to miss a single thing, and just be ready for some scrapping.
My friend and coworker, Kyle Klingman, most knowledgeable wrestling fan probably in the entire world. Kyle, how many Cy-Hawk duels have you been to?
I'm going to say at least 25.
What's been the craziest moment Cy-Hawk duel you've been to?
There's only one right answer. That was in 1997. Doug Schwab was a redshirt freshman going against an eventual four-time All-American Dwight Hinson. He stalled him out. They disqualified Dwight Hinson in that match. I've never seen anything like it. Dwight Hinson physically could not get back to the center of the mat. It was Ramirez. I remember the ref. I get chills thinking about it right now. He wouldn't come back. He said, boom, stalling. They said, you're disqualified. And it was in Ames. That made it even worse. Craziest thing I've ever seen in the Cy-Hawk duel.
Man, you're killing me. That was my club coach, Dwight Hinson. That can't be your best.
That's the thing. I love Dwight Hinson. If we had Dwight Hinson energy, that guy would dance jigs. If he beat Eric Guerrero, he'd go off the mat dancing a jig. He beat Schwab later in the year, so let's just set the record straight on that because he's proud of that. But it was a crazy environment, and for him to get disqualified at Hilton Coliseum, never seen anything like it.
What makes this rivalry so special?
It's because they don't like each other. And when you go back to why this started, the only reason it's a rivalry is because of Dan Gable. Dan Gable wrestles for Iowa State. He leaves, they're mad. You have this upward trajectory of Iowa wrestling, and then you just have this built-in state rivalry where wrestling matters in the state of Iowa, and Gable is the linchpin to that, and that's why they have the Dan Gable Traveling Trophy. Iowa wasn't even that good until Gable got on board, and then he elevates it to new heights, and here you have the rivalry, so it's like no other.
Cyclones took match one. It was close, but Cyclones strike first blood up 3-0. Now we've got 133. It's one of the marquee matchups of the night. Kind of a toss-up. Drake Ayala moving up in weight to take on All-American Evan Frost. Mason Peterson didn't give this Carver crowd much to go nuts for. We'll see if Drake Ayala kind of turns that around. It's a marquee matchup because we've never seen it before, and it's a toss-up match. You know, the Cyclones, they gotta win this one if they want to win the duel. And for the Hawkeyes, you want to see Drake Ayala prove he's a national title contender at 133 pounds.
Let's go, Drake! Let's go! Let's go! You gotta be tough!
Let's go!
I'm the best at beats.
It's the one on the right, for sure. I knew it. How am I feeling? Yeah. It's the best place to be for big duel, man. What was the crowd like just now? That's probably about 95% of the way there, as loud as this crowd can get. Kemmerer against Mark Hall. Some of the Tony Ramos spins. That's like peak Carver sound. That's 100. That's 100. We're about 95% of the way there.
Drake blew the damn roof off this place.
That's the loudest I've ever heard a wrestling venue.
Big pop, big pop.
Including like NCAAs.
Don't forget, he's from Dirty Dodge.
What makes Carver such a fun place to be to see a duel?
Atmosphere.
Tell me about that match you just watched.
Was it
intense?
Exciting?
Yeah.
It was fun?
I pulled my head down the ground.
You threw your hat on the ground?
Yeah. Me too. I crushed my hat too.
That's awesome.
Don't see that.
We got Dan Gable right here. Look how intently this man is watching this duel. Living legend.
It's like a heavyweight boxing match right now. Iowa State throws the first punch. Iowa responds. Iowa State comes back again, wins 141. Now a huge one here at 149. Kyle Parko versus Anthony Etchemendia. Two really good guys who have looked great so far this year. Dang, Etchemendia had him on his back for a second too.
That's so legit.
The airlines.
That's pretty cool. Did you see him take that shit
So, huge. Those two technical violation points. And now, although Etchemendia has the only takedown, he's losing 4-3.
JD, where are you going?
All right, so we're gonna go get one of those famous Carver cones. As an ice cream enthusiast, I'm very excited.
Rain check on the Carver cone, at least for now, because there's a line out the door. All right, here with Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry, what do you think of this Iowa State meet so far?
It's been pretty electric. We've been to a few arenas, and this has the most energy we've been in so far.
Is the Iowa environment part of the reason your son decided to come to school here?
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to compete right here, it's like the Madison Square Garden of wrestling, so it's lived up to it.
What separates Iowa fans from other wrestling fans?
I'm going to compare it again to baseball fans in New York and Boston. They take it serious, they know their stuff, and they're invested.
Is this your first Iowa versus Iowa State meet?
Yeah, absolutely. This is my first time going to a duel here in this arena, and yeah.
What are your impressions of the Cyhawk series so far and just fans from around the state of Iowa?
It's been exciting, man. We're down 6 now because of the injury, but we're going to come back.
Patrick Kennedy at 74, immediate takedown. Did not expect this. Expected Nelson Brands here at 174, but we're getting Patrick Kennedy. He's already making the most of it.
Patrick Kennedy's one takedown away from the tech. Crowd's getting on their feet. They want to see it.
For the biggest pop of the night. When he got the tech fall with 1 second left on the clock, the fans were going nuts the entire third period, just egging him on to get that tech fall, and finally he did it with 1 second to go. Angelo Ferrari gets his first takedown in Carver, and the crowd loves it.
Did we know they were going to send Angelo out today?
I had no idea. I did not anticipate it. Gabe Arnold, that's the normal guy at 84. He's good. So, I don't know what's going on. So far, he's passing the test though.
That is wrestling. Period, boy! Uh-oh, bonus territory. Bonus territory. He's hurt. He's slowing down. He's gassed, Ferrari. Well, you got that gas.
Flatten him out. Flatten him out.
Stay on your offense. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let him wrestle. Come on.
This fan right here, he's been going nuts, absolutely berserk all dual meet. I gotta go find out who he is. You've been going nuts all night. You've been going nuts all night. Where does your passion come from?
Hanging in the wrestling room with these guys, it gives you drive, it gives you, never quit, never quit.
Why are you an Iowa fan?
Because I moved here when I was a young man, and I made my living here, and this is where I want to live the rest of my life.
What makes the Hawks so good?
Great coaching, great facility, great fan base, a lot of passion, a lot of energy. Go Hawks! Go Flo! Go Flo!
What makes this Iowa-Iowa State rivalry so special?
This whole state has had wrestling for well over 100 years. Good wrestling. I mean, at different colleges, different high schools. The University of Northern Iowa's won a national title back in the day. Of course, Iowa State's won several titles, and the Hawkeyes have won the most. But we've just had a lot of great wrestling for the last 100 years, and it's just not going to go away because we like this sport. I just didn't realize that I really needed to come to the University of Iowa to coach for the sport. Otherwise, I could have stayed at Iowa State and been an assistant for a while, maybe ended up there. But when you go someplace else and all of a sudden, if you have 1,000 fans and it goes to 15,000 fans, it makes a difference, and that's the state of Iowa. So, I would say that the state of Iowa enjoys hard work, and this sport is hard work.
Was it the best dual environment you've ever been in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was. It truly lived up to the hype. It is everything. It is hype up to be. These fans are. Hey, but I knew this though. I'm from here. What did you think, California boy?
I've never seen that many fans. Like even at NCAA's, there's empty seats, right? Like I had a couple of shots where I was pointing it at the crowd, and there was no empty seats. The pure density of it, and it's not like it's too big of a venue either. It's like the perfect size for wrestling. It was just so much fun. It got so loud. I've never seen wrestling fans get this passionate to it. And they're so educated. They know when someone's on the verge of a neutral danger takedown, or when they're on like in these technical positions, they know what's going on. And I think that's what makes it awesome.
If you take anything away from this video, it's that Iowa is wrestling. Look at this. Look at my belt buckle. Iowa belt buckle wrestling. On the belt buckle. Iowa.
Wait, let me see the wrestling.
Right there. That's a belt buckle. Right there. Iowa is wrestling.